Hey, Quarantine Monday. What's up, not dot James? Trying to see his name. Julie join beauty underscore planet underscore forever underscore. Hey, the beauty shark Ginger. What's going on, everybody? It is Monday, and all right, so I'm going to get right to it. I only got probably about 25 minutes, and it is Power Shift Your Week, where I try to share with you some things that are working for me this week, or some information that I have come over, ran into, and I want to share with you because we hear so much stuff out there, and then we forget it, and so I want to kind of bring it back to you. And a lot of these things are super simple, but believe it or not, they work for me. And I like saying that some of the books that I've read, I probably didn't digest 70% of the information, or maybe 60% of it, in the way that I should have digested it, because maybe I was at a different time in my life. Maybe I didn't have enough experience. Maybe I needed to go out and experience what the book was saying. So what's up, everybody? So, of course, always put in your name when you shout me out, so that I can shout you back out with your name. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna give you a fact here. All right, according to data gathered by, and I'm going to tell you honestly that I question this data, but I'm going to will still learn from it. Right. According to data gathered by Sprout Social, after seeing a product or service in organic posts on Instagram, 79% searched for more information about said product or services. 65% went on to visit the brand's website or app, and 46% made a purchase. Now, I think that's a pretty high number. And maybe I'm missing something, that maybe it was people who were interested in it, because if you put up a post and 79% search for more information, that is rock star numbers. So I don't want to give you this information and then you go out and say, well, Damon's crazy. So anyway, but let's go to the more important part of it. 79% of people search for more information, or even if it is 20% or 5% search for more information. And out of that, 65% went on to visit the brand's website or app. And out of that 65%, 46% made a purchase. Now, what can we learn from that? I think, somebody just said we'd all be rich if that was the case. And that's exactly what he was funny just said, and he's accurate about that. What can we learn from that? The important part of learning from that is that the search for more information. Now, you can internalize this and say, what do I do when I see something of interest? I do it too. I search for more information. And that's why if you go on my site and you look for Daymond on Demand, there's always a swipe up. But there's enough information there. It's not just, all right, buy. Because people are looking to be informed. I happen to be one of those people. I'm lazy. I don't want to put in my credit card or all these other places. So I tend to, and again, you may have PayPal, whatever. I tend to go right to Amazon and look for the same product. How many people do that? They see it and they go right to Amazon and say, is it there? And just buy it there. Am I the only one? Raise your hand or give me a thumbs down if you don't do it. Let me see who does that, because I'm just wanting to see if I'm crazy or not. But more importantly, the bottom line is, how are you giving people information and making your site and or your product something that is navigatable and or informative? Because a lot of times people have a site and they think that people already have retained the information and they're going to go right onto the site and just purchase. But no, a lot of them are just really trying to get more information. And sometimes they don't buy. Sometimes they're window shoppers, right? Because some of the stuff is not even for you. Some of the stuff you're thinking about, maybe I'll buy for my husband, my son, or my wife down the road. Let me pin this, or let me take a snapshot of it. Or some people go, wow, this is just crazy. And maybe one day I'll buy one of these things, right? But at least you want to have the information, so you go back and forth and you share it with people. And I always tell you, there's nothing new in this world, just new forms of delivery. This is what I call window shoppers, right? How many people have you known, or even yourself, you go by the window and you see something, you go inside, you ask about a little information, the salesperson is really great to you and they treat you right, and you then go out and maybe you're at dinner or with friends and go, I know, Damon, you're into fishing, right? I was passing by the store and I went in there. It was a camping store. I was going in there for boots, whatever the case may be. But they had these lures and everybody was talking. The salesperson said they can't keep these things on the rack. Maybe you should go check that out, right? That's the same as a window shopper. What else can we learn from that window shopper? Well, if that person came into the store and said, hey, I want to know about those lures out there, it looks pretty interesting, and the person said, you going to buy? You're going to buy? Here's how much they are. Well, if you're not going to buy, get the hell out of here. Well, you're not going to recommend anybody to that product and or that person. It's the same as you going onto your website, and instead of sharing the information on where this is of value, it's like, are you going to buy? You're going to buy? You're going to buy? You're going to buy? If you can't find any other information other than you're going to buy, then it also means, you know what? Get the hell out of here. Right? So just think about it like that. You always got to think about it in very simple forms. All right. I'm going to bring somebody on here, have some good questions or some things to tell us or share with us what you're doing during COVID to keep sane and or to make money and or to power shift or ask me any kind of questions, please. I'm just going to bring you on really quick here. Let me see. All right. Miles Jack Morrison. I like that name. MJM. MJM, Miles Jack Morrison. Coming on. I am Chantel, Harlem, New York City. What's up? Service quality and presentation are key. No doubt. Dante Burnett, what's going on? Glam approval, I see you. All right, we're going to, we're not getting Miles. Queen of Spades style, I like that name. All right, let me see. Well, let's try to get somebody else on here. But cancel, there you go. All right, let's get somebody else. I don't think Miles is ready at the time. Let's see who we can get on here. I like this fit coach. Fit coach. Sterling GC Williams said to pick them. Okay, well, all right. Let's see if fit coach comes in. Good names. I like good names like fit coach. You see that? It kind of popped out. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is taking so long, everybody. I know you got busy days. It's Monday. Maybe it's my Wi-Fi. All right, let's try. I see somebody else said pick me. You better be ready, Lewis something. All right, Lewis said pick me. Luis or Lewis, sorry, the dyslexia is at an all-time. There you go, man.
Hey,
what's happening?
What's up? What's happening, dude?
Every day is getting better than the last.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I have watched all your shows.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. All right. So what's happening over there? You got any questions or suggestions? Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Are you in Brazil right now?
No, I live in California, Los Angeles.
You live in California. I heard it's rough out there. Is that your baby in the back? That's your child in the back?
Oh, yes. He's right here.
Let me see. Oh,
Is he?
oh, got the little
That's
eating on something. That's beautiful. All right.
This is my family.
That's beautiful. All right. Well, so you're already blessed. So why don't we talk? What can people learn from you today, man, and or me? Do you have any questions? Let's go.
I don't have any questions, actually. I love your shows. I get a lot of good vibes from it, and I have a lot of focus because of it. I pretty much have watched since season 4 through now. And man, I just get a lot of insight, and I am a real estate investor. I invest in land primarily.
So do you just invest in the land, raw land, or you put the pipes and foundation in it afterwards, or you just flip it?
Simple, like you said before, just land. I don't do any jobs. I just purchase and sell it. I am a wholesaler, actually.
Okay, so do you sell it to? So you sell it to buyers who are already going to flip it to something else. So you basically, or you put down 10%, you're saying, and then hold it, or not put it on 10%. You hold it in a contract for 30 days or something like that, and then flip it.
Actually, my contract is a little bit higher. I have developed something. It's like about 4 to 6 months. So on that time frame, I find a new buyer that's going to purchase that contract from me.
Got it. So you're almost so yeah, and so a lot of people don't realize about that with real estate that you can go into contracts where you do just flip the contracts over to buyers because there's a lot of buyers out there who just don't have time to kiss frogs all day, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
they have a day job and they have whatever the case is, and you're going out there, just knocking on doors, finding good opportunities, and then you scrape all the bullshit that you found away, and the 5%, 98%, you come up with some gems and you got buyers who are like, listen, you got something good. I already trust you, because you've already been coming through. I'll flip that contract to me and here's my criteria. Is that what you do?
That's right. Yes. I have a lot of buyers from different states like Nevada, Florida, California, Texas, Arizona. So I'm doing all of that. And the buyers are from that city in which I'm developing the buyers list. So pretty much I get properties off market because like you said, I door knock. I don't usually door knock. I just send them a letter. It's
Yeah.
super simple, man. And this COVID gave me so much focus because I used to go to the office and like talk to other people. And now I just work in my house. I have my back office right here. And yeah, man, just grateful because of my family. Everything's good. The business is like exploding. Real estate is really good. Sad because of the other business like restaurants, retails, saloons. They're going underwater.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that is incredible that a lot of people are home right now. They don't even understand that aspect of real estate. They think they need money to make money, but they don't realize that maybe they gained another hour and a half or 2 hours a day going back and forth to work. That they could be doing that. I've seen people, and I share with people also. I know a kid that goes out and then he comes to people like you and drones the property and drones the whole area, and then it's even better for the buyer, and it's little to no money in. You just got to do your homework. You got to dig. So listen, it was whether when I was starting out with shirts and I was going to the regular store to get fabric and I was buying it $8 a yard instead. By the time I finished digging after a year and a half, I was buying the same fabric at $2 a yard. But I had to dig, you know what I mean? And you just got to put the time in and then be articulate on how you're going to present it to buyers.
Right. Yes, I feel the same because I started with no money. Actually, I had 20,000 in my credit card, and then I
Yeah.
paid off in about 8 months, grinding every day, reaching out to people. And believe me, Damon, when I say this, people call me all kinds of names, like "go fuck you." Not sure if I'm allowed to, like "go back to your fucking country" and "you're cheap
So,
bastard."
no, I understand. Listen, it's fine if you say things wrong because I barely know English and you're talented enough to probably know Portuguese as well as English. But did they call you "go fuck you" or did they say "go fuck yourself"? You were saying it different ways. I've never been called to "go fuck you," but so is it "go fuck yourself" or "go fuck you"? They called you "go fuck you"
They call
or both?
both,
all
both
right, all
because
right, good, good. You're on to
my
something.
off my offers are so low sometimes that but some people are okay, they don't want to accept, but some people will accept, and it's just business.
The funny thing, my buddy Butch does something very similar. He happens to buy stuff, but he says I offend 20 people a day. But at the end of the day, at first it's offensive, right? Hey,
It's super offensive, yeah.
yeah, I know you believe because everybody believes that their stuff is not everybody, but many people. I believe I think my property's worth $100,000. You're like, okay, that's fine, but I got 60 for you. What?
Right.
However, things change, things happen, and some of those properties worth 100 go to 120. Some of those properties worth 100 go to 60, and you've been now paying for that property in that entire time. And if you would have taken the money earlier, then you could have moved on and done things with your money and or with your life, and instead of just sitting there, being a slave to the house or a slave to the property.
Yeah, in my case, like a lot of landowners, they just pay the property taxes every year, and no money it's coming out. It's not no cash flow. So some of them are super tired of just that hustle, or have been in the family for so many years and they haven't seen in like 10, 20 years, and they're just tired of it. And I come with a solution. I am a problem, like I solve problems, right? It's what I like to call myself because I'm doing a lot of business, and I just want to ask you something.
Sure.
What's your why? What was your why when you're growing up and like you made all these changes and you grow Fubu to this big international brand and like you're so successful, you know?
You know, it's funny. I'm gonna go on to a challenge in another 17 minutes with my guy Pablo, and that's gonna be the topic. What's your why? Your why will change over the course of time. I happen to have here a whole bunch of pictures that I've been going through right now in my office, right? And I've been looking at them through my history of growing up, and I was looking at them, and I think I may post this one right here. I, I was looking at them, and I was wondering, my why has changed, but my why at starting out was I want to take care of my mother. I want to make sure that she's okay. My next why was I don't want to be poor. But this is a funny why. You see this picture of this girl right here?
I do.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna put this on a do a video about it. This is a girlfriend that I had named Lisa. I was about
Lisa.
14 or 15 years old. And a lot of the guys here will understand. This has nothing to do with the fact that I'm a little shorter than a lot of people. I'm really not. I'm 5'7.5". That half is extremely important for most of you out there. But I got her when I was 14, 15. I got her to be my girlfriend. And she was the first curvy girl that I was ever with. She looked like I was 14, 15. She looked like she was 18. Now, that is night and day when you are a kid. Right? 14 to having an 18-year-old girlfriend. She was technically an older woman. She actually knew how to wear
Right.
heels. Right? So I'm at that time, I'm 5'4.5". And don't laugh at me, George. So anyway, I'm walking down the mall with her. I'm walking down the street with her, and it's like a mall.
Uh-huh.
And this guy pulls up with a beat up car. Now at 14 or 15, I had a beat up car too, but this guy's car was better than mine. Mine's
Mm-hmm.
like 30 years old. His was like 15. And he said, he was a big guy. He had a little gold chain on. I think it was fake. But he said, hey, to Lisa, he didn't know her. He said, and I heard this like a couple of times, why don't you take your little brother home and, hang out with us in the park and stuff like that. And I remember my why at that point was, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be successful. And no one will talk to me like that again in my life.
Man,
Lisa, that was my why.
that's strong. When you're like 14, 15. I'll tell you, I did not have that drive. I always wanted to be rich, but I did not have a plan or like something to follow after, you know?
Yeah, the human component of wanting to have success is various different things, whether it's I don't want my mother to work that hard. I don't want to be homeless. I don't want anybody to ever talk to me like that talk to me about that again, because you know what? I'm not a big fighter or whatever the case is. And this guy was about 6 feet tall and a little bit older. But you know what? He's going to respect me one day. Anybody in the world and everybody in the world is going to respect me when I walk into a room, no matter what my size, color, gender, or creed is. And then after that, it became an ego thing of, you know what? I didn't go to college like everybody else because I thought I was smarter than everybody else, and then everybody else was coming back from college, and I was a waiter at Red Lobster serving them shrimp. So maybe I'm an idiot, And it
Mm.
was the fact that it was me having to check myself that I was not as smart as everybody else, as smart as I thought as I was, and I better get my shit together. And that was my why. So your why will
Got
change
it.
from time to time to time to time. And you with that beautiful family behind you. I mean, is that your first child?
Yes, that's my first child.
Well, then at that point, that why becomes huge. It always becomes how, and no matter what happens, in this next couple of years, I got to put aside enough to make sure if I get ran over by a bus, that this child and my family is going to be okay. That becomes generally a why at this age. And it says, before I was working just for myself. Now I'm working for 2 or 3 or 4, and I can't let them down.
Right, yeah. It's a big why, that's for sure. Every time I look at him, I look at my wife, I have to think twice and like think about the wealth that I want to create because I want them to be okay, you know. I want my son to do whatever he want to do. And that costs money, a lot of money, right, Damon?
It does. It costs a lot of money. Simultaneously, while it costs money, the money that you try to make, often as a parent, you find that you leave your significant other, and both of you are mostly trying to make money. You leave the children alone. So you need to make more money so that you can also have more time to simultaneously be able to be there for your kids as they go through those important development stages. So how do you do both, right? Making money at the same time as being there, because nobody's going to raise or love your kids the way you're gonna love them, right? And you don't
Oh
want
yeah.
them. And at 13, 14, and 15, well, I don't even know today. Today, I was about to say at 13, 14, 15, you allow them into the streets to get bad information from people who may not have resources and love around them. But shit, at 7 years old now, they get on social media. You're allowing the streets to come into your home.
I know, yeah. It's tough, man. But my wife is pregnant again, so I have to work a little harder, you know. Thank you.
Congratulations. The COVID's really working out for you, huh? COVID's either going to create a lot of divorces or a lot of new babies.
I know, man. It's really great, actually. I have reunited my family. It's the biggest thing for me, and this COVID, it's a hit on all of us, but it has come with a lot of blessings. Sorry.
All right. So, in closing, I just want you to tell people really quick, what do you do, and how have you been making it, and what do you suggest for people who want to get into wholesale real estate?
So I do say you have to find a mentor. You have to find someone that's going to teach you. What I did, I started going to meetings before this COVID, and with real estate investors that were like 40, 50 years in experience. So they would teach me a lot. And then you have to grind. You have to find a way in which people are going to reply back to you, right? You're going to have to change your strategy multiple times until you find the correct one. And when you find it, don't change it. Just go after, go after, because you have the result already. You're just going to have to do it more often. So what I have done, I just do the same thing in which I started. I changed some things, and so now I have a better response. And what my income last year, I tripled from last year to this year. And man, it's just great. And Shark Tank, oh boy, I love you guys. I love watching, and I get so many good insights on how to talk to people, how to present my offer, how to receive, how to do the math about the equity and all these things. And you don't need money to make money. It's just in your head. Everything is like in your head, and you're gonna make it happen if you do the daily work.
Yeah, so I want to really just break down my quick conversation with you, because a lot of people don't get to see Shark Tank through the whole breakdown, and that is an hour. People wonder often on Shark Tank, how do we break people down and invest in people? But throughout this conversation, it's very, very clear what I learned simply from you. You came with nothing, right? And you only had $20,000 on a credit card, but I heard the word office. That means you've grown to that level of an office. Then you break down that you have increased your business, massively. You also do wholesaling, meaning zero money. You were willing enough to tell everybody exactly what you do, because a lot of people act like what they do is a big secret. And the reason why you did that is because you have experienced mentors yourself, so you have no problem opening up your heart and mind and sharing with people. You have a newborn, but you also feel financially, I'm not going to say super comfortable. You think you know where you're going because you came from here, but you already are having another child come in this life, and God has blessed you with that, and you've been comfortable enough due to the things that you have been doing. You also are a hard worker. You're not going to take no for an answer, because so many people told you, get the hell out of here, but that didn't seem to stop you. So, and you're sharing with people here now how they can do it, and also go out there and get mentors. So that's what we look for when we see people. We don't need to hear about how much business you've done. We need to hear your story. How come you didn't give up? Did you have any obstacles? What did you come over here with? And how are you as a person if you have a moral compass? And that's how you break people down. And it's really, really great. So let me. I'm gonna hop off. I got this really shit talking guy named Grant Cardone on here. I think I'm gonna pick him right now, really quick. Thank you, man, and I
Thank you, dude.
appreciate you.
Yeah, let's take a photo. 1 second.
Come on, let's do it. Cheese.
Jeez. All right, got it, dude. Thank you
Shout
very
out to
much.
Lisa. Shout out to you, man. I see you around.
See you around. Bye.
Let me see if I can bring this jive turkey on. See if Grant Cardone's coming on. He probably is in his plane. That's the problem. He'll sit there and look, and he'll be, oh, there you go. I can't hear you. You're muted, pimpin'. You're muted. No? Can you hear me? I love you. I love you. All right, man. Hey, Grant. All right, guys. Grant is muted right now, guys. I'm gonna because you got bad service. Grant, we'll holler later, brother. But I do want to tell you, if you just witnessed Grant Cardone coming on, let me tell you something about him. Make sure that you check out his new show. The man goes in. He shaved his head. He disguised himself, said it was one of the hardest things he's ever done. I think it's called Hidden Billionaire. I think that's the name of the show. Grant, please feel free to type it in. I want people to check this out and see, people. I had seen people that I know that were called for that show. He said he's ready. Okay, let's see if he's ready. Let's see if he's ready again. I want to hear about the show, man.
It's not hidden. It's not hidden, billionaire. What kind of? I'm glad they don't put you in charge of titles, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Look
a
at
dyslexic.
hiding billionaire.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It was called. Listen, if anybody can't Google Grant Cardone new show, then they shouldn't be watching TV anyway.
Yeah, dude, you're looking good. You look younger every time I see you. What you doing, man? That's what I want to know.
I can't tell you, man. I can't tell you. I can't.
Are you doing some of that Kim Kardashian, like that scraping the skin and shit, man?
No, man. No, this is what it is, baby.
Dude, you just look. You look
Thank you.
good. You look good.
You do too. Tell me about the show, man. I want to hear about the show.
Yeah. So, it comes out January 6th on Discovery Channel. People have been telling me for years, you should be on Shark Tank, man. You should be on Shark Tank. And I call my friends over at Shark Tank and I'm like, hey, can you get me on Shark Tank? And one of the dudes over there tried to help get me on Shark Tank because he believes in me. But, the people in the suits.
I think you'd be an amazing shark.
Yeah, but the people in the suits clearly didn't believe in me.
Nah, they believe in you. I'll tell you what happens usually, because they need such a diversified cast. They haven't yet had on anybody who represents the Asian culture, a female African American. I think that's probably what it is. But they also know you big time. You big time though.
When they're going to have somebody that represents, I'm diversity too, dude. I'm extreme. When they're going to have some extreme people represented?
That is true. Where you going, man? I want to be like you, man. Where you going? You in the back of the car? I drive myself. I got this Pinto. Where are you at, man? You in the back of the car?
See, because I can't reach the pedals, so I have somebody drive me. You know what it's like being like that.
No, I don't, because I don't fly private, and I used to love when my boy said, "Yo, boy, I sit in the front of the plane, in the back of the car. You sit on the plane, and you take your car on the plane. You're so big. You're so big."
I just want to get bigger like you, bro. You're my emulation. You're my mentor. You're my point, my destination. You're my example.
Well, I need you to help me out.
Hey, let me tell you about the show real quick, because I think your audience will love this. So I leave the growth conference in February, Vegas. I get on a plane. They shave my head, and I get dropped off in a city in Colorado. They give me $100, an old truck, take away my name. They take away. I don't have any water, Damon. No, I don't have water, food, or shelter. I cannot use my credit cards, cannot use my phone, and cannot use any of my contacts. And I got to turn $100 into $1 million, or I got to pay $1 million. Dude, hardest thing I've ever done in my whole life.
So you were cooking crack yourself when you got off. You were just like,
dude, I went straight to where I had to go. I picked up my
You went
little
to the
scale.
you went to the pawn shop. You went to the pawn shop and bought a rusty knife stuck up someplace, a 7-Eleven. What did you do, man?
How many nights do you think I slept in a truck? You want to put it for you? It was 16 degrees. It's 16 degrees when I got there. I got 2 pairs of jeans and 2 t-shirts.
But the reality is how the cat. So let me ask you something, because I always watch the Bear Grylls stuff, and I be thinking, they're in trailers. Was the crew in nice warmy trailers, and you were shivering in an old Chevy in the parking lot?
At 6 days, on the 6th day, I found the crew in a crew truck. There was some donuts, stale donuts.
You pull straight ahead, make a left. It's the blue aircraft.
And I was like, oh my God, I got donuts. Okay, I'm gonna tell the audience, your audience is so special, and you're so special. I'm gonna tell you one little thing that happened that nobody knows. I didn't spend any money the first 10 days.
That one?
Not one penny.
365 Golf Charlie. You can just pull up to the front door.
Research, homework, contacts. What were you doing?
Straight? Yep,
I was hustling, baby.
Yo, Grant, let me tell you something, man.
The people that hate me are gonna love watching me suffer.
Let me tell you something. Everybody here knows that you're a star, and a lot of people in the world know you're a star, but the regular world doesn't know you. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. If I was working on that set and I caught you eating a crunchy bear claw, a 6-day bear claw, and I had a little video of you, I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid. Oh, look at that. Where you doing? Where you going?
I'm going home.
Oh.
I'm going home. Hey, I love you, man.
Love you, brother.
We gotta do some shit together.
Fly safe. Fly safe, man.
Huh? I will, buddy. Appreciate you. God bless you. God bless you. Appreciate you. Tell your wife hello.
Got it. All the same to you and the family. Peace. There you go. You got to catch this show January 6th. It's called Hidden Gajillionaires, or Gajillionaires on Donuts, or Grant Eats Crunchy Donuts. Real try to follow that show, but believe it or not, I mean, I do know that it was. I know other people that will call for this, and never in the world would I ever dare do that. So you want to see people like Grant who are going to fully commit, fully go in. That's commitment. I like the way that Robert says it. There's a difference of commitment. So the chicken is committed to breakfast. That's what he always says. The chicken's committed to breakfast, but the pig is really committed to breakfast. Grant is the pig in breakfast. All right, he's the pig in breakfast. All right, everybody, I'm gonna go on to this my challenge with Pedro. Please come on. We're gonna be talking about your why. We're doing this for 5 days, but of course, I couldn't leave here without giving you a couple of dad jokes. All right, here you go. All right, now remember, I don't write these down. I don't create these. They are written by other people, and a lot of you have been giving me some of these great dad jokes. All right, I just started reading a book about anti-gravity, and it is impossible to put down. All right, this one is a little too advanced for you. Many of you are not going to get it. You're probably going to get it later on tonight, and when you're driving later, and you just repeat it to yourself. But I'm going to give it to you again. I did it a long time ago. I'm going to give it to you again. Nobody got it. Here you go. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. And once I do this, I want to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you got it or not. All right. I was going to tell you a joke about time travel, but you guys didn't like it. Why are my viewers dropping so quickly? See if you got that joke. Did you get that joke? You got it. All right. All right, everybody. I will see you on my my new challenge. I'll hand over.